So guys, let's start by drafting out the pattern. So now I'm measuring my gown length. The gown length I'm working with is 35 inches. So I'm just measuring it all through 35 inches in order to get a straight line. So that straight line will be my starting point, which is my shoulder line. That is what I'm doing now. After I'm done marking a straight line, I'll be taking from that straight line downward to measure my bust point, my half length and my hip line. I'm going to mark this all through in order to get a straight line to my bust point, my half length and my hip line. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to be marking them all through. So after marking them, I'm going to rule a straight line, serving as my bust point, half length, and my hip line. So after I'm done, I'm going to be labeling it bust point, half length, then hip line. Now I'm going to be dividing my shoulder measurement into two. My shoulder measurement I'm using here is 14, divided by 2 is 7. So I'm going to be placing it at the starting point. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to be taking 1 inches below my shoulder line. 1 inches below my shoulder line, which is what I'm doing now. Then my neck depth that I'll be working with is 3 inches. I'm going to be taking 3 inches. Then I'm going to be connecting that 3 inches depth to the 1 inches shoulder line I went down with, as you can see. So now to get my armhole line, I'm going to divide my bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. That's what I'm doing, and this gave me 6.85. So from that 1 inches I came down below, I'm going to be taking 6.85. That's what I'm just drawing a straight line to form my armhole line. Now to get my armhole curve, I'm going to be dividing my bust measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to be placing it on it. Then divide that my armhole line that I got into 2, that my 6.85 into 2, then go in by half an inch. Then I'll take my curve ruler to form a perfect armhole curve. So after that, I'm going to be inputting my bust measurement divided by 4 into my bust point, my waist measurement divided by 4 into my half length, my hip divided by 4 into my hip length. I'm going to be repeating this all through. My bust measurement divided by 4, waist measurement divided by 4, and hip length divided by 4. Then I'm going to be connecting them together with my curve ruler to form a perfect body shape. I did not add allowance to any of it. So I just repeat what I have on the hip line at the down length also. Now I'm going to be using this pattern paper for both the front and the back. So I want to draft out the back first. So I'm just going down by 1.5 inches as the neck length for the back. So for the back length, I'm working with 3 inches by 1.5 as the neck. So now I'm going to just be adding 2.5 inches allowance all through the bust point, the half length, the hip line, and the gown length. That's the down part. I'm going to be adding 2.5 inches as an ease allowance. That's the freeness allowance of the gown. You know, we are not working with a fitted gown here. We are working with a free gown, A-line precisely. After that, you know that the gown we are working with has like a V-cut at the down with pleats. So I want the V-cut that has the pleat should be 4 inches. The pleating should be 4 inches. So I'm going to be minusing 4 inches from the gown length, which is what I'm doing now. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. After doing that, I'm just going to take my ruler and just form a slant V-cut downward with just my free hand. That was what I'm doing. Then at that center point there that I went down, I have 3 inches there to form my V-cut. Then I just connect. So now I'm going to be using a marker to show you how it looks like. So I'm going to be using a screwdriver as my tracing wheel here because I don't have a tracing wheel. So I want to just mark all the things I have here to the back also, which I've done now. So now I'm going to just fold it, then I will cut it out. I will cut each and everything I have here out, as you can see. If you have a tracing wheel, you can go ahead to use your tracing wheel to trace each and everything you have at this front to the back also. Because I'm doing this because I'm going to be making use of it at the front. You know, the front has like a design neckline. That's why. So I'm just going to cut each and every part out. neckline out 3 by 1.5 for the back. I'm going to make use of this Ankara and this lining. That lining piece is going to be used as our facing. I'm going to also be adding an interface to it. So first I'm going to cut out the back which I've drawn. I'll fold it into two. So I'm just going to align it properly on the Ankara. Then before I cut, I'm going to be adding half an inch allowance to the neckline, the shoulder, while the armhole and the side I'm not going to be adding any allowance to it. The down part also I'm going to be adding half an inch allowance. So I've done that now, and this is what I have. So I'm going to cut it out. Don't forget to add your half an inch allowance to the neckline, shoulder and the down part. So I'm going to separate it and just indicate that this is the back. So after that, I'm going to open up the pattern paper like this. Now we are going to be drafting out the neckline for the front. So the neckline for the front has something like slants at the front. So I'm just going to use my free hand. I'm going to look for maybe I want to make use of the left or the right. Then I'm just going to make use of my free hand to draw like a slant line downward, the way I'm doing, just what the way I'm doing, like off shoulder downward. Then I'll just measure it. I just take measurement of it to just know how down it is. That's why. So I'm okay with it. So to do the second one, at this place, I want you to check what I'm doing properly. Before I draft out the second shoulder I want, at this place I'm indicating that your shoulder line, I'm going to measure 1.5 inches outward. Then after doing that, I'm going to be taking my curve ruler to connect from the neckline to the shoulder 1.5 inches we did there. Now I'm just going to curve it to get the perfect neckline I drew down. I'm just checking how down it is. Now I've used my marker to do it, as you can see. Now I'm just going to cut it out. Just follow each and everything I'm doing, you will get it. This is actually my first time of making a YouTube video and a voiceover. So please, if you have any question or correction, please you can just tell me in the comment section. So just watch what I'm doing carefully. So now I've cut out the other shoulder parts. So now I'm going to indicate where the second shoulder part is going to start from. That's why I'm notching this side. I'm notching it so to know where the second shoulder will start from. Cut the front part. I'm not placing it on fold. I'm placing just once, and the front is facing the pattern paper. The back is the one facing the floor. The front of the material is facing the pattern paper. So now I'm going to align it and pin it down to make sure everything is in place. Then I'm going to add half inch allowance to the neckline, the shoulder, while the armhole and the side no allowance. I'm also going to add allowance to the down parts. So I'm done with that. Now cutting it. Please cut carefully and make sure you add allowance to it. So after done cutting, please don't forget that place you notch on your pattern paper. You're going to notch it on the fabric also. Let's cut the other shoulder part. I'm going to add half inch allowance to that neckline there and the down part, and the shoulder also. While the armhole, I'm not going to add allowance. I'm done cutting it out, so I'm just going to bring the front pattern paper. Then I try to align it together to see whether they align properly, which they did. The next thing to do now is to cut out the sleeve. I'm going to fold my fabric into two in form of a line shape. Then going to measure the width to know how wide the down is going to be. So after that, I'm going to measure my length of the sleeve, mark it, then rule a straight line as the starting point there. After I've done that, I'm going to be remeasuring to confirm whether it's exactly the length I want that is there. Then draw out my sleeve the way I normally draft. I just used to curve it. But I'm going to be dropping a tutorial on how to draft it properly, how to draft the sleeve out properly. So now after that, I'm going to be measuring the round sleeve to know whether it's exactly the round sleeve of the customer plus 1.5 inches allowance or 1 inches. Measure the round sleeve there also. Add 1.5 inches or 1 inches allowance. There's no need to measure the down part. Just connect everything together. Just connect it. There's no need to measure the down part. Just connect everything together. So after connecting, I'm going to cut now. Then cut two of it. So now let's cut out the lining. Please watch what I'm doing carefully. So I'm just going to place the front on the lining like this. Then I'm going to cut it out exactly like this. So after that, I'm going to remove the clothes from the lining. Then look at where I want to cut the lining. I'm measuring 2.5 inches round. But if your lining is more like it's still plenty, measure 3 inches round to form a semicircle of a thing. Then cut it round the way I'm cutting it. So just cut it round. After I was done cutting, this is how it looked like. This is exactly how it looks like. So I'm going to leave that one aside now to cut the facing for the other hand. The facing for the other hand, I'm just cutting it exactly the way it is. I'm not giving it a circle shape or anything. So now please don't forget the back. We also need to cut the lining for the back also. But because I'm not making use of a zip, there's going to be a slant line at the back. So I'll just measure 5 inches for the opening for the back. So now I'm going to place my fabric on the lining properly, then pin it down. Cut each and everything I have on the fabric on the lining also. After that, I'm going to measure 5 inches downward as the opening for the back. Then use my scissors to open the center back. After measuring 5 inches, up to that 5 inches. After doing that, you're going to remove the fabric from the lining. Then I'm going to measure 3 inches the way I'm doing. Then I'm just going to form a circle, round circle like that, downward. Like 3 inches below the line, that 5 inches line that we draw. 3 inches below the line. After I was done cutting, this is what I have. So I'm going to go now and iron interface to the lining, and then I'm going to come and show you when I'm done. So I'm done now ironing interface to it. This is what I have. So I'm just going to place the lining on the front pattern, on the front fabric to sew them. So after pinning that, I'm going to do the same thing for the other sleeve here. I'm going to pin everything all around to make sure everything settles together. So after I'm done, I'm just going to go to my sewing machine now to sew the neck part of that shoulder, and also sew the neck part of the back. So now I'm going to do it. So I'm done with that, and I've also go ahead to iron it and add hemming gum to it to keep them in places, as you can see. So the next thing I will just do is put that aside, then bring out my front fabric, open it, then I'll place, that place that we notch, then I'll place the shoulder onto that place that we notch, then I'll pin it down. I'll pin it down properly, make sure everything is aligning. After pinning down properly, I'm going to just take my lining, put it like this, sandwich everything, put it like this, exactly where I'm putting it on top, then I'll pin it to round. After I'm done pinning, I'm going to be sewing that place around, the neck part round, by half-inch allowance that we gave it. So after I was done pinning, I'm going to go to my sewing machine and join it, and I'll come back and show you what I have. So this is what I have. I've gone ahead to add hemming gum to it and give it a good press to make sure everything stays in place. So now I'm just going to be bringing out the back fabric now, like the back pattern now, as you can see. Then place both of them together. I'm going to align them properly, then the shoulder properly, then pin it down in place so that nothing move. Then go to your sewing machine and just sew half an inch. You will join the shoulder by half an inch. So I've pinned it down now. I'm just going to show you how you are going to fix the sleeve after you've joined the shoulder. So now I'm just going to take my sleeve. I notch the center point of my sleeve. Then I'm just going to align it. Fold the down part. Fold it by 1 inch. Then I'm going to turn it around. Then align it to just join my sleeve also, as you can see. Now go to my sewing machine and do that. I've done it, and this is what I have, as you can see. I've ironed everything, make sure everything is in place. I work with iron mostly. So now let's cut out the pleated side, that down part. Let's cut it out. So this is my remaining fabric. I'm just going to be taking 5 inches as the length. With 4 we removed. I'm going to be adding 1 inches allowance to it as the seam allowance and the folding allowance down. Then I've gone ahead to cut out the belt, also fold it, and I'm done cutting out the pleaty, all the fabric I'll be using for my pleats, and I've gone ahead to fold it also. So I'm going to be taking the fabric I'm making use of, that V part downward. I'm just going to align the fabric for the pleats on it. Then just try to make a box pleat or kissing pleating on the fabric. Just watch what I'm doing carefully. I'm going to be making a box pleat on the fabric, pinning everything down, make sure everything is in place before I go to my sewing machine and sew it. I'm just trying to make sure everything is placed. Box pleating, because it's box pleating, I want to work with here. Watch carefully as I'm doing it. It's actually simple. Box plate is actually simple. I've done one box, so let's do the other.
So if you are still
box.
watching to this extent, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more creative inspiration plus cutting and sewing tutorial inspired by my design. Thank you very much. So I've done the second box split. So this is just the way it looked like. So I'm going to go ahead to my sewing machine, then sew everything. Now come back and show you the way it look like after I've sewed it finished. So now I've done to sew it, and also I've given it a good press. Like I really work with iron a lot. So now I'm just going to join all the sides together. That's what I want to do now. So I'm just going to align everything in an appropriate way, making sure that everything aligns together. Then I'm going to pin it down, pin everything round down to make sure that everything stays in place. So please, if you have any comments, any correction, any error that you want to correct me on, please just tell me below the comment section. Nobody is perfect. As I said, I'm new here. So I'm done now. I'm going to take my belt. First, before I input my belt, I'm going to measure the half length I'm working with. I'm working with 15 inches half length, but I'm going to be adding half inch to it. That's 15.5. That's what I'm doing here. I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other side also. So after I'm done that, I'm going to take in my belt, then put it inside the clothes. Making sure it's just the edge, the tip edge that is outside a little because of joining. I'll just make sure it's inside the clothes properly, as you can see. Then I'm going to pin it down. After I align it properly, I know that okay, it's aligned, then I'm going to pin it down. I'll do the same thing for the other side too. Please make sure it aligns so that the belt will not be sewed in some way. So after pinning it down now, I'm going to be taking all my body measurements on the fabric. I'm going to be taking all my body measurements, bust points, waist and hip line. So what I'm basically doing here is that I remove 1 inches. Like, natural is 2.5 that we use as is. So I just take out 1 inches from all sides. I took out 1 inches from all sides, both the bust, waist, hips. I just mark one side at the left, 1 inches by the right, 1 inches by the left, 1 inches by the right. That's what I did all through. Then I just connect everything together. I connected everything together. As you can see, just 1 inches at both sides. Just remove 1 inches at both sides. So after I was done, I also connect the tip of the sleeve down to the bust points. That's what I used to do. I just connect the tip of the sleeve down to the bust points. That's what I'm about to do now. I knew I don't need to measure it since I'm okay with the freeness, the wideness of the sleeve. Actually, I was managing the fabric. I worked with 2 yards and 20 inches of fabric. So that's just it. So after I was done pinning everything, inputting my body measurement onto it, I'm going to go to my sewing machine now, join each side together, give it a good press, and I'll come back and show you the way it looks like. So this is the result of the dress. As you can see, very simple, free and easy to wear gown that you can wear anywhere. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and also turn on your notification bell in order to be notified whenever I post the next video. Thank you. Bye.